Hey guys, Pitmaster here. This is not a martial arts or fitness video. This is not for kids. This has to do with political views. It could be construed offensive. If it's not offensive to anyone, then I'm not doing it right. But it's not nothing to do with my martial arts. So if that's what you're looking for, turn this off. If you're a kid, turn this off. Okay, let's get started. Let's talk about the Confederate flag. Everybody seems to be. Um, it seems to offend certain people. I don't think it does really offend that many people. I don't think there are too many blacks around these days that were around in the Confederacy. I don't think there were too many blacks around these days that were slaves. Um, I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean, so maybe it's offensive because of their great 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 grandfather or something. I don't know. I could see that, and that's wrong. I mean, we got to weigh that with the First Amendment. Um, the only thing that kind of troubles me is then the American flag must be very offensive to the Vietnamese. I mean, geez, we fucking slaughtered 2 million innocent Vietnamese people 30 years ago. So that flag must be super offensive to Vietnamese Americans. Not African Americans, but Vietnamese Americans. I mean, they have just as much right to be here and call this their home as anyone else, right? But that flag must really offend them. I mean, we slaughtered those people. I mean, napalm and I just villages and just, I mean, for no reason, just for, Kennedy and Johnson wanted to go slaughter Vietnam for something to do with the French were pissed off because they weren't abiding by. It was crazy. There was no reason, basically. So the Confederate flag, the American flag. Then there's, I'm sure there's other flags that are being flown that offend people. It offends me when people stomp on the American flag and burn it. So if it offends me, I can imagine people that families of their, people that have lost their lives defending the flag, or people that are here without a leg or an arm, and they see people doing that, and that seems to be okay. I don't think it's but then all of a sudden they want to ban the Confederate flag, but let people stomp all over the American flag, but then fly the American flag even though it offends a lot of people. I mean, we interned the Japanese not too long ago, treated them like prisoners. I mean, so I don't know. I can see how it's offensive to some. The only thing I can say honestly is I don't believe that the Confederate flag represents the good old South. I don't think it represents. I don't think the Southern people have pride in the Confederate flag. I mean, it was the South seceding from the Union and basically slavery. I think it was mainly about slavery and trying to secede. What they didn't. I mean, it was a stupid thing. I think it was disguising them wanting to hold slaves, so they wanted to break away from the Union so they could keep having slaves. So I think the Confederate flag's stupid. I don't think it's people have pride in it. The only thing I can say is if we're gonna defend people's rights constitutionally and otherwise, it's kind of hypocritical to pick and choose, like take away and ban the Confederate flag, but we can let people stomp on the American flag. We take away the Confederate flag. We fly the American flag, which is offends a lot of Americans, Vietnamese Americans, Japanese Americans. Um, so it's kind of a weird one. I'm sure Libya can fly their flag, and Pakistan, and then Palestinians, and then we have the Jews can have their Star of Davids. I'm sure they offend a lot of people. And then if you're a German, it's crazy. I agree. So I'm on both sides. I think that you should be able to have the rights, but then I think it's stupid because I don't think it represents anything but bigotry and closed-mindedness and racism and slavery. So I think that's what the Confederate flag stands for. But I think to ban it and let the other ones fly and let people denigrate the other ones and offend people that way is hypocritical. But it's probably more politically correct now because of the way our country is and the liberals. They'll probably take away that flag, which would be fine with me. I don't give a shit. But like I said, it's hypocritical. So tell me what you think about my ideas. Please comment, whether it's positive or negative. I'm all ears to hear it, and thanks for coming.